See, entire story completed. Forget. Yeah, because of this Google Meet. Okay. Next. Okay, no problem. Continue. But no one is speaking anything. Here it is. Date and time is setting from Microsoft website only to my PC through NTP protocol. So again, we'll go back, guys. Protocols are nothing but a set of rules. Meaning is to whom you are asking and what you are asking. To whom you are asking and what you are asking, or what is your request. What is your request, or what is your request, or we can say what service you want. Okay, and also from whom, that is important. Okay, so this is a for understanding by a machine, you will get it. You are asking a web server HTTP request or a HTTPS request, meaning is you're asking a web page. Okay, if you are asking a FTP server, you're asking a file server or a FTP server, you want to download a file or you want to upload a file. Both download and upload both are there. Okay, you want to upload a file or download a file to the remote server using FTP protocol. You want to configure with a you want to configure with date and time from the remote server, so you can use a NTP protocol. You want to access the mail, means either you're sending a mail or receiving mail, so you have to use SMTP, POP3 or IMAP protocol. Okay, you want to access the remote machines by accessing a remote desktop or DP protocol, by accessing any shell type, means command line interface remote access protocol like a SSH and Telnet. Like that, there is a lot of protocols are there to access it. The point is, for example, to whom you are asking, what you are asking, you are asking a web page, you are asking a to download a file or upload a file. You want to access a remote machine, you want to access a you want to send a mail or you want to receive a mail, like that. Okay, that is your understanding, guys. That part you understand. Purpose of this, it's very small topic, that's why. Almost like there is a 65,500 above port numbers are there. Out of that one, 1024 port numbers are reserved port numbers. It means you cannot use the port number for on your purposes. So there is a lot of things are there, guys. Port numbers, these are the protocols. Another word is port numbers. Another one is port numbers. What is this port number? Port number is simply a numerical representation of protocols. Protocols not understand protocol. If you give a protocol, system don't understand here while it is sending a, packet. Okay, so you don't understand the protocol. It will understand the port number only. So obviously, the request send to outside with the numbers only, not with the names. Okay, like a HTTP port number is 80 443 HTTPS, telnet 23, SSH 22, 3389 RDP, SMTP 25, POP3 110, and IMAP 143. Okay, NTP 123. I think we have to verify once. 2021. Okay, so each protocol has a port number. Each protocol has a port number. What is this port number? Is simply a numerical representation. It is nothing but a hexa code only, hexadecimal number only. It is easy to convert into binary, ASCII type only. Okay, so whenever you're sending a packet, you send a packet with a port number, not with a protocol name. Okay, that is one point. Another point I have said, you are asking a web page from the web server, no problem. But if you are asking a web page from the file server, FTP server, or maybe you are asking a web page from the time server, this is time server. It is setting your time, right? Time server. Or maybe you are asking a SMTP request to web server. You are asking a such request to the file server. Okay. So what is happening? So that become a miscommunication. So compulsory you must know to whom you are asking and what you are asking. That is called a protocols port numbers. So remote server can understand your request by port numbers or a protocols only. The remote server can able to understand server or a remote PC, whatever it is, can understand your request by protocols only. Protocols are port numbers only. Okay. So guys, here it is some of the example protocol already I shown. Just we'll go for a once again. Protocols, port numbers. So what is the protocol here? HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SSH, Telnet, SMTP, POP3, IMAP, version 4. Okay, version 4. NTP, uh, RDP, SM, SM, SNMP, 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 LDAP, TRBROS, Carabaros. Like there is a 1000, then more than 1000 protocols are there. Okay, fixed protocols. Totally 65,000 protocols are there. So each protocol having a port number. HTTPS HTTP is 80, HTTPS 443. What is S means? Secure socket layer. S means it is a encrypted. This is non-encrypted data transmission. This is encrypted data transmission. So while data is transmitting, data is encrypted. Once it is encrypted, no one knows what is there inside of the data. Okay. So 2021, two port numbers. SSH 22, Telnet 23, SMTP 25, POP3 110, IMAP 143, 123. So I told no, so I have to check once again few things compulsory. Okay, NTP port number. It is already showing something. So 123 only. Correct. So still brain is working. 3389, 161, 162, LDAP 389, Kerberos 88. Okay. Here it is. I will give you one more gap. Like a DHCP is another protocol 67, 68. DNS 53 port number. Okay. Guys, go with the abbreviations also. Go with abbreviation. What is that abbreviation and all? You can go for it. Okay. So HTTP Hypertext Transmission Protocol. I am not writing anything. You can search in a Google or something. You can write down the abbreviations also, if possible. Okay, I'm not forcing that one. Just better people who are not very new to that one, make it try to start learning how to write this kind of stuff. Okay, Hypertext Transmission Protocol. Hypertext Transmission over SSL. Hypertext Transmission Protocol. Hypertext Transmission Protocol over SSL. So what is this SSL? Secure socket layer. Secure socket layer. It means HTTP. It is no encryption. HTTPS encryption. Encrypt the data while it is transferring. So compulsory HTTPS is generally we should know this one. Like a important, very important in a banking. If you are using a banking website, compulsory HTTPS, because you are transferring the your account data, your withdraw something will do it with the banking, online banking kind of stuff. So if data is not encrypted, there is a problem. Emails. Okay, your communication with the email servers, right? So your email having any sensitive data, there is a problem. Okay, some government related websites with some sensitive website, not all websites, some important websites may require a data transmission in an encrypted format. So regular websites are a specific websites compulsory required. So mainly banking, emails compulsory, security is important. Okay, like if you open a Gmail account, see you can see there is a HTTPS. Okay, like this HTTPS. This is also, oh, someone is waiting. Why people are joined late or don't know earlier? It's okay. Okay, like that. So maybe no encryption is not required. Also, like a normal formal websites, like web applications site may be required. Okay, so like that. Even for these protocols also having a over SSL, SMTP over SSL, POP3 over SSL, IMAP over SSL is also there for security. Okay, FTP, file transfer protocol, secure secure shell. Telnet is a usually telnet or a tele network kind of something. You will be there. You can try SMTP, Simple Mail Transmission Protocol or Transfer Protocol. POP3, Post Office Protocol. IMAP, some Internet Mail App Protocol, something is Access Protocol, something is there. Find out. Okay. NTP, Network Time Protocol. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. DNS, Domain Name System Protocol. RDP, Remote Desktop Protocol. SNMP, Simple Network Management Protocol. LDAP, Lightweight Directory Access Protocol. Kerberos, no abbreviation for that one. It is authentication protocols. So, little bit I want to explain. HTTP, what is the purpose? Web access purpose. FTP, file transfer purpose. SMTP, to send mails. Okay, send mail. POP3 or IMAP version 4 used for receive receive mails. Um, yeah, SSH, Telnet, remote access purpose. RDP also, remote access, remote desktop protocol. One more, SSH, encryption. Telnet, no encryption. Okay. So remember, these are some small points. So when you got a chance to speak about something, yeah, you can attack and with this one. So SSH is secure, no secure. Telnet is no secure, kind of stuff. Okay. SSH and Telnet mainly for a CLI type, and RDP is like a direct remote desktop protocol kind of stuff. Mm. Which one we are? NTP is for a network time protocol. Sync time. Sync time with time server. Okay. You want to sync the time. You want to make sure that the server it should be there. DHCP. Okay. DHCP is a DHCP server. These are all server related services only, right? So it's a server related services. DHCP, Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol. So it provide addresses to client, or it configure IP address to client. You can say like a provider or a configure. You can use any words. Okay. So what is this, guys? Specifically DHCP. You have a Wi-Fi router is there, no? You have a Wi-Fi router. You have a mobile phone or laptop. You have to configure a IP address to your mobile phone or laptop for communication. But you're not doing that one. How it is possible? Even I have a laptop. I have a mobile phone. I'm not putting any IP address to my laptop for a network communication purpose. But still, I'm getting an IP address. How? From my router. How? Using a DHCP service. DHCP service or a DHCP server provide a IP address to clients. So I got a IP address from DHCP server, which is nothing but my router now. Okay, like that. So we have a normal Windows servers, Linux servers also there, but device based server. DHCP services provide IP address to the client. DNS, guys, all communications based on a DNS. all communications based on a DNS server. Sorry. All communications based on a IP address. If you want to communicate from one PC to another PC through IP address only. You want to communicate a remote server through IP address only. You cannot communicate it to any device. You cannot communicate with any device with a name. You have to communicate with IP address only, no other chance. But what we are doing, so tell me, we open a Google Meet, we open a Google site, we open a YouTube, you open a Gmail account, you open a w3schools.com, maybe you open a something Amazon.in. Okay, so I didn't use any name, right? So sorry, I didn't use any IP address. I'm trying to communicate with a name only. But who will give a name? Who will give a IP address? So we didn't give an IP address. We given a name. So what happens? The DNS server in the global DNS server, okay, will give you IP address to communicate. Okay, you don't know IP address, so you are trying to communicate with the name, but you will get an IP address from DNS server. So it maps name to IP address. So then, whenever you give a name of domain, you got IP address of that IP address. That's it. Domain or URL or anything. Okay, whatever you say like that. You give a name, you got IP address. You got okay. Domain or a PC or whatever it is. So that is DNS. Guys, we are it is DNS. We can simply say another word is you have a mobile phone. In the mobile phone, you have a contact list. You have to communicate it to anyone with a phone number only, right? But how many phone numbers you can able to remember? I can able to remember my phone number, my father old phone number, my mother's are very old phone number, my sister's one phone number. So that's only I can remember, maximum four or five phone numbers, four max in my mind. Okay, so I can able to remember, including my number. I have a telephone numbers currently I'm using two, actually three. Okay, so one with me and one another one is in my tab and another one is in a Pune room. Okay, so now problem is I cannot remember other phone numbers of mine itself. I can remember my main phone number, not all other phone numbers also, not about others. So what to do? Create a contact list. Whenever you want to call, open the name, dial the name. So, but actually call go by numbers only. Call go by numbers only. Same thing. DNS is a simply a global contact list. A global contact list. So whenever you put a Amazon.in, Flipkart.com or a Gmail.com, the request go to DNS server and you will get an IP address. So you will communicate with the IP address. So that is the thing. You want to see once that one? I will show you also. Here it is. I want to communicate it to google.com. So ping google.com. Ping google.com. I am pinging to google.com. So first of all, what it is done, it is not pinging to google.com. First it find the IP address of google.com. It find the IP address of google.com. Now this is the IP address of google.com and it is start sending a packets to google.com. Okay, I'm trying to ping facebook.com. I am not putting any number here, just a name. This request go to first DNS server. First go to your DNS server. The DNS server will give you the IP address, and I'm communicating with the IP address. Okay, I'm communicating with the IP address. So that's why I showed this example. First, request go to DNS server. DNS server will give you IP address, and we are communicating with the IP address. So that is the main purpose of DNS server. And what is the port number for DNS? 53. Okay, so these are the some explanations. LDAP and KERBROS, Kerberos, for authentication purpose. Okay, network authentication protocols. Usually, network authentication through network you are want to get authenticated. Network authentication related protocols. Okay, that's it. That's about your protocols and port number, guys. Try to remember at least few easy port numbers. Easiest one is HTTP, HTTPS, FTP, SSH, Telnet, SMTP, POP3, IMAP, NTP. Easy to remember. Okay, so these are very easy to remember. That's why I written. Units. This may give you confused, but try to remember at least few, at least five or six. Whenever the interview ask a question, give the answer immediately, like you know something. Like what is the if you ask a kids like a school kids, uh, so you say like this is a song, which movie this song from, immediately they will tell. Okay, if you ask same question to me, I don't know even that song is existing or not. Usually I'm not concentrating on it. Okay.